Hey, did you know that 5 out of 4 people have trouble with fractions? That's my opening joke. Anyways, welcome to 3-1B. We are writing expressions today. Okay? And your I can statement is to write and simplify expressions that fit a real world scenario. There should not be an S on the end of scenario. So that's our I can statement. We want to be able to make what we're learning fit the real world. And our agenda is to discuss what an expression is, discuss some strategies, and then go through 2 examples. Okay. Now, this lesson does require a solid understanding of the word expression. And so I want to make sure you've got this written down probably in your notes. I'll be looking for this on this video. An expression is just one way of representing a value or a number. They do not, emphasize this, expressions by themselves do not have equal signs. And they can have what we call variables that represent unknown numbers. So for example, 2 plus 3 is one way of expressing the number 5. But 2 plus a is an expression that represents an infinite number of possibilities, as the letter A in this equation could represent anything. It could be anything. So A could be a trillion, and 2 plus a trillion would be a trillion 2. So it represents an infinite number of possibilities. But they're both considered expressions. And just by the way, if I said that 2 plus 3 equaled 4 plus 1, what we have here is an equation, because there's an equal sign, with one expression here and one expression here. Okay? All right, here's some strategies I use when facing word problems. Just relax and read it. There's going to be a lot of words. That's why they're called word problems. Relax. Circle any words you don't know. Then use your resources, internet, dictionary, friends, me, to help you understand your circled words. And then try to focus on the actual question. There's going to be a lot of information in there. Think, what do I have to do? I like to underline every number or keyword that I'm going to need to answer the question. So I circle things I don't know, and I underline things I think that I need. Sometimes I'll underline something that I've circled because I'll think I'll need to know something even though I don't know what it means. Begin solving, don't ever give up. This is your work ethic grade. I've pretty much been doing your work ethic grades from my head and I shouldn't say just from my head, but from my observations of how you go about solving problems as an individual student. So if I see that you constantly give up super easy, you're not going to get a good work ethic grade. But if you persevere and show some grit and stamina, that means work through difficult problems and times, that's a great work ethic. That's what I'm looking for, perseverance. Okay, here's some examples. I'm going to follow along with my own strategy. I'm going to relax and just read it. Jill and Kelly work as consultants. I'm going to pretend that I'm not really familiar with this word. And get paid per project. Jill is paid a project fee of $25 plus $10 per hour. Kelly is paid a project fee of $18 plus $14 per hour. Write an expression to represent how much a company will pay to hire both consultants, there's that word again, for a project. Okay, so I'm going to go figure out what this word consultants mean. In fact, I'm going to just look it up real quick in the dictionary, and the dictionary is going to say something like it's a person who advises someone else who provides advice. And companies will pay knowledgeable individuals or people that help them do something. So for example, if a company wants to build a new building, they may not know how to build a new building, and they may hire a consultant. Okay. To give them the information they need to know. So then now I'm going to focus on all the information I think I really need. They're consultants. I'm going to need to know this: project fee of $25 and $10 per hour, project fee of $18 plus $14 per hour, and then I want to focus on the actual question. So this is the actual. It's actually not a question, but the directions, what I have to do. So write an expression to represent how much a company will pay to hire both. Ooh, this is a key word, both consultants for a project. Let's take it one person at a time. Jill is paid a project fee of $25. So right up front, the company's going to have to pay $25 plus $10 per hour. So 10 times however many hours she works. So that took care of Jill. Kelly is paid a project fee of $18 per hour plus 14. Oh, I said that wrong. Sorry. Kelly is paid a project fee of $18, just a fee, but she makes $14 per hour. So that's be 14 times however many hours she works. So this right here is a good expression And this part on the left that I'm kind of marking green, this is Jill. And this part here on the right is Kelly. And if I just do them one person at a time and put them together, it's not that hard. You guys have already done work like this. And then I want to always describe what the variables mean. So my variable description, well, the variable is the letter you use. So I'm just going to write H equals the number of hours worked. Now, we don't know how many hours are going to work. That's why we put it in a letter for it. So like if Jill and Kelly both work 16 hours, we could plug 16 in and quickly calculate how much a company would have to pay for both of them. But now I have to combine like terms and simplify. So I'm going to combine the 25 and the 18 through addition, and I get 43. Now I'm going to combine my 10H and my 14H through addition, and I get 24H. So this is my final answer. Let's do one more quick example. Before that, though, your number clue is less than 100. Good luck. That's your second clue. Okay. Mark is selling tickets for a concert. Adult tickets cost $16.60, and children's tickets cost $12.20. He gets to keep 25% of the money he collects from ticket sales. Write an expression to represent how much Mark gets to keep. This one's just a little bit different. Okay, Mark is selling tickets for a concert. Adult tickets cost this much. I'm going to underline this. And I'm going to underline children's and this. And I think I'll do adult tickets because I kind of need to know that. He gets to keep 25%. And then this is the question right here, or the direction, sorry. It's not a question. Write an expression to represent how much Mark gets to keep. Now notice what I did quickly. I read the problem. I didn't see any words I didn't understand, so I didn't circle. I underlined what I thought I needed, and I marked out the directions of the question. In this case, there was no question, just directions. Well, this is going to be interesting. Okay, he's selling tickets for a concert. Adult tickets cost $16.60, and children's tickets cost $12.20. So I need to plug in a letter that will represent how many tickets he sold. But I can't be sure he's going to sell the same amount of adult tickets as he does children tickets. So I'm going to put an A here to represent the amount of tickets he sells for adults. And I'm going to put a C here to represent the amount of tickets he would sell for children. And so this would be $16.60 times the amount sold for adults plus the amount or the cost for a children's ticket times the amount sold. But it says he gets to keep 25%, okay, of all the money he collects from ticket sales. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this by 25%. And remember, 25% means 25 hundredths. So if I multiply this part right here, I'm going to underline it in white. This part of the expression represents the total amount earned in ticket sales. This part right here just takes 25% of that number. Remember, if I asked you what's 25% of, let's go with 75. What you would do is you'd turn 25 into a decimal and you'd multiply by 75, right? That's all I'm doing here. I turn 25 into a decimal and I'm multiplying it by whatever number you'd end up with. Okay, I already talked about what the variables represented, and I'm not going to take the time to write them down. A was the amount of adult tickets sold, and C was the amount of children tickets sold. But to simplify this expression, I'm not actually going to do that for you. But I would love to see this done on your notes when I'm looking at your sheet. What I would do, I'll tell you what to do right now, is I would distribute this 2500ths to this number here and to this number here. So in other words, I would go 0.25 times 1660, and whatever number I get, I would write that times A. And then I would go plus 25 hundredths times $12.20, and whatever number that is would be times C. I'd love to see if you could fill in this part by yourself. All right, guys, good luck.